Aw, come on, what's the worst that can happen?
Oh, he turned it!
No!
Oh, he turned it! No! No!
Meanwhile, there's Ricky Craven up front. Told you the 8th time he is leading this year, 8th different event. Meanwhile, let's take a look at what happened to Dale Jarrett and Wally Dallenbach on the backstretch. Baboom. And a baboom to you.
Well, Dallenbach has had people at his door all day long. Or not.
There you see Sterling Marlin in the 4. He is about to go a lap down. Sterling running in 38th position, being bypassed by the race leaders. Richard Childress looking on. His man's in the top 10 now. On the speedway, we'll show you why Geoff Bodine spun, but right now let's go down to the Jeff Burton pit. Glenn Jarrett?
And it looks like that Todd Bodine will get in the car. They have, yes, they've drugged Tiffany back. They just pulled him right out there, almost threw him down. Bodine is in the car now. We thought they were going to wait until the next time by so they'd have more room, but they're making a change right now. They're strapping Todd in the car. We'll get a word with Jeff in a moment. He looks to be okay, but I think they're just not going to take any chances, Eli. They just want to make sure that nothing worse happens to Jeff Burton.
Now, this is not the first time that Todd Bodine has driven here in a NASCAR Winston Cup car. Remember when the number 75 ride was his? He drove in both 1994 and 1995. In 94, he finished 5th after starting 15th. He didn't have quite as good a year with a 36th place finish in 95 with a mechanical problem, but this is not the maiden voyage in a Winston Cup car for Bodine, for Todd Bodine, here at this racetrack.
Well, Todd drove for Ricky Craven in Texas and was leading the race there and had right near the end of the race got involved in an accident, but did a great job all day.
Now let's go to Steve Burns.
And Ricky Craven has been in for service, Eli. They changed 4 tires. Now this caution actually happened at a good time for them because Ricky had complained of being very loose. He was having some rubber buildup. Also, Dale Earnhardt had started 30th. He worked his way up to 7th. They took 4 tires as well. Let's go to Matt Yocum.
Bad luck for Kenny Schrader. He came in the lap before the caution came out. He got caught on pit road. He's got a lap down. He could not hold on to the car any longer. They came in, made a 2-tire pit stop, and tried to tighten him up big time with some major chassis adjustments. Also, great pit work by the STP crew. They got Bobby Hamilton out on a 4-tire pit stop. They put him out into the lead. Now let's go to Glenn Jarrett.
And we're standing by with Jeff Burton. And Jeff, great job out there. Main question is how you feel.
Well, I don't feel real good, but Jeff is in the lead lap. I'm only about 50%. Todd can do a way better job than I can do. So owe it to the six side team and let somebody get in there that can drive it.
Still pretty tough to crawl out of your car, though.
Yeah, it is, but you know, this is a team deal, and there's times in this deal where you got to give up something you want to do to help the overall deal, and that's what we're going to do.
He did a great job. I think he did far more than anybody thought. You could hear the emotion in his voice. He did not want to have to get out of that race car, but he knew it was the best thing.
So he goes 68 laps. Now, why are we under caution? Let's take you back to lap number 67, Dick Berggren.
Well, here we go. Jeff Bodine ahead of the number 24 of Jeff Gordon. And here we go.
Looks to me like Jeff had a little more acceleration than the 7 car of Bodine as they started off the corner. Bodine goes around very lucky he didn't get hit by other cars going by.
Nor did he make contact with the wall. Jeff Bodine was able to continue, but at that very second, Ken Schrader had already made his pit stop, and because of that, Kenny is a lap down now in 35th position. The Kingsman is currently on top. They come out of turn number 4.
The cars on the inside there are a lap down. If you're wondering who's the lap down, the guys on the inside of the racetrack there are a full lap behind now.
Kenny Schrader on the tail end of the lead lap. Once everybody made their stops, there, or Bobby Hamilton will again put him a lap down.
Hamilton has done such a nice job today, but he's done a nice job at the beginning of a lot of events, and what they have really got to do today is do this good work all day long, still be there at the end of the race, running as well as they're running now. No driver announced yet for that car. In fact, they don't even have some guys that they'd like to put in a short list yet, so if you're a great race driver and want to go Winston Cup, just call Richard Petty.
Get that resume in.
Don't look at me. I don't want it. The 94 there, Bill Elliott, has moved up into 3rd place. You know, for the last little bit, these guys have really turned it around, Dick. And Mike Beam and all of them, you know, you just hit it right on the head. They've always had great motors, but now their chassis is really in the ball game, and they're back where Bill used to be.
No, he had, what, 6 top 10s in the last 7 races before that disappointment in Richmond, where he finished 30th. But he had the pole and led the most laps at Darlington. So, yeah, here in this last segment of races, outside of Richmond, things got awfully well for Bill.
Look at Ricky Craven take the lead back. He has this car hooked up. He has to be very, very proud because, as we have said, he's had a pretty dismal second half of the season. But right now, he's out front in front of his native people here, and he's very, very happy.
This racetrack has a program of championship drivers, and Ricky Craven was the very first champion the Hampshire International Speedway ever had back in 1990.